Hi, it's Jane. I have a friend's mother who passed away, and she had quite a few things around sewing that she found in a closet, and of course she thought of me. So we're kind of going to go through these boxes. I have no clue what's in them. I have somewhat of an idea, but just thought it might be interesting to go through. Now, she has a Band-Aid tin, which is full of safety pins. So I can always use safety pins for a lot of things. So that is definitely a keeper. This looks like sew-in interfacing. And it is. It's a sew-in interfacing. I can use that. So that'll stay. Have some type of sheer material. A couple of whites and some black. I have no idea what I would use that for, but that's a possibility. There is what looks like a pattern here. It is a pattern. And I think it's a shirt. Yep, some kind of shirt. That is questionable, but we'll set it aside. A little bit of lace. You can always use lace for all kinds of things. So that'll stay. Some mending fabric. Looks like it's a really dark, almost navy blue. That can be used. Velcro, that's always a good thing. Looks like this is another piece of the pattern. Looks like an egg. I have no idea. There are a little piece of linen here that she apparently was trying out some different embroidery stitches on her machine. Those are not reusable, so those are going to go into the trash. There are some flags, decals that can be used. There are some nylon snaps. Those can be used elsewhere. And a standard pulley for a shade. I don't think I can use that. Here are some hooks and eyes. I have a tin here. I don't know what's in the tin. Paper clips. Although the tin is kind of interesting. It's a much older tin. Some Velcro circles. There are another couple of pieces of Velcro here. There is, that is not useful, and neither is that. This is not either. Some embroidery floss. I have no idea what that is. Looks like a little barrel. I got nothing. I'd have to do a Google search to find that out. Some old elastic that's brittle. Some more Velcro pieces. There is a tape measure. That can always be used. Some more Velcro. Some more Velcro there and there. There is a felt pad there. This is a snap plier kit. It's all metal. That's pretty cool. Then there is a silver glitter writing pen. I don't know that that's any good, but should be interesting. There are some teeny tiny snaps, metal snaps. There are a couple of buttons. I am pulling some things out of here because they're sharps. And I don't know, they look like they might have gone to a calligraphy pen. A marble, just in case. I think I lost my marble. There are two marking pens, one red, one white. Then there's a whole bunch of brads and a little piece of a film that's blank, and there's a threader. Can't see it very well, but that is a threader for big projects. So, and then there are some tibs that look like they go to a calligraphy pen. So I'm going to put most of this back in this little container, including the marble, just in case I get lost. And I'm going to set that in front of me. And the reason I'm going to set that in front of me is because I'm going to show you this Lazy Susan. This is a Lazy Susan. It does turn. Has spots for needles. Also has places for spools. So there are quite a few spools on top there. That one is empty, so I'm tossing that. There is an empty bottle dispenser. This looks like it is sewing machine oil. I have a special machine that uses its own oil, so I'm going to toss that. This is magnet tape. I wish you could see the price on this. This was like 89 cents. It's crazy. So I'm going to put that in there with that. There are some sewing kit repair that will go in there. I have no idea what this is. They do smell good though. Just a round disc, maybe to put some essential oil on. It's kind of what it looks like. Couple more buttons, little buttons. Some sewing needles. You can always use those. A small screw-in hook. Another little button. Some clips and a couple little things of trash, so I'm going to throw those away. And then we'll turn it and see what's on the other side. Needle threader. Cap to a camera. Another button. A plug-in adapter. Another needle threader. Little spool of thread. My lucky day, shiny penny. There is another, this is a medicine bottle that is just filled with small pins. Can't use that. Some more safety pins. Can always use that. Another tape measure. And that is it that's in there. So, I have no idea where I'm going to put that, but I just thought that was interesting to see. Now we have another box that has quite a few interesting things in it. Just fun to go through. This is a giant iron-on patch. It is black. Feels like canvas on one side, so that'll go in there. Some more Velcro. Drop something here. Oh, safety pin. And this says it is a zipper repair kit. Snap out zipper worries. Nothing in it, just the case. Small pamphlet for some patterns at Simplicity, which is no more. A pattern for some applique. This looks like, yep, stitch witchery, which that is good. Practicing on her different things. Couple of addresses and telephone numbers. Her report card for grade 4, 5, and 6. I'll make sure they get that back. I don't think, she didn't have time to go through these. My friend didn't, so. And another sewing interfacing. Another interfacing. That is called Magic Polyweb. Kind of like Stitch Witchery is what it looks like. She had a couple of patterns here that I will not use. Some non-woven interfacing. There are buttons to cover. Not my favorite thing to do. And some pretty lace. You use lace a lot of places. Some more of the interfacing. Now, as I was saying, I have no idea what this is. Very stiff. I think it might be used for some kind of, I don't know, stiffening in the collar, possibly. We have another little bit of lace. There is some, wow, a sleeve former pattern fitter. It's never been opened. Supposedly this is for an accurate armhole fit. The instructions are enclosed. That's kind of interesting. There is a magic zip zipper. Supposedly zips like magic. It's 7 inches. I can probably use that for something. This is a non-woven fusible. Here is another sew-in interfacing, which has never been opened. There is, these look like patterns. Yep, there are some kind of patterns. Dress, possibly pants. It says Lavina's dress. I don't know who Lavina is, but she apparently got a dress. And there is another shorts pattern. Inspiration, possibly? No idea. It's plastic, hard. Some elastic. A zipper pull. Some more tiny little snap fasteners. Those are metal. There is some bias tape. There is a 12-inch zipper. This is a dress zipper. This is it's called a tram pattern pinner. You use it to help get a straight line. Now, I don't know where the see-through pinner is at, but that's interesting. I don't know what that can be used for. There is some more interfacing, non-fusible woven. This looks like a, well, that's kind of interesting. On one side is a witch's hat. On the other is a crochet pattern for some tractor slippers. That's definitely a keeper. There is a zipper, another 7-inch zipper. These look to be metal. There is a Band-Aid container that just actually has a lot of little pieces of material. Those aren't usable for me. I will keep the tin. I like little tins like that. And then there's a couple little bits and pieces of trash. So that's not going to fit in there, so I'm going to put that back in that one. I have another shoebox. We'll just kind of go through these things a little bit at a time. Another Band-Aid tin with spools of thread. My machine will not take those spools. However, I can use that to sew with, or I could even wind it up onto my binder. A small piece of wood. A tracing wheel that has never been opened. Scissor sharpeners. Oh my goodness. This is a throwback. These are brown initials. 40 iron-on monogram initials from Singer, and they were sold at Kmart for 91 cents. They're brown. Aww. Hat pins, 30 cents. These are just some little, let me see if I can show you. There's some iron-on patches, different things, Dawn, Tri-Valley League, and some letters, which those are not usable to me. There is small box that has snaps. They are sew-in snaps. There says zipper adhesive. I think it's been used. Snips. Can't think of what these are called. I have no clue. I'd have to do a Google search for that one. Another button. Pair of some heavy-duty snippers. These are Fiskars. So there's that. A couple of marking tools. quite a few of those. There are quite a few hem clips. I don't know if you guys have ever seen hem clips. But these are a great tool, and they're also great for putting Afghans together. Quilts together. That's a hem clip. And they just slide up and hold your hem. There are a couple of thimbles that I'm actually going to slip down into this caddy. Boy, is that an old seam ripper. I don't know if I'm going to put that in there. An S hook. There's another one of those clips. This is some of the tape that'll hold like your zippers and things when you're putting them in place. This is some kind of chalk marker, tips anyway, that'll go in there. I'm assuming that these probably go for curtains. Have no clue. I'm going to set those in there. Another tape measure, lots of those. Well, that's a cute little sewing kit. Has different colored threads, just in that little tube. A bobbin shuttle for tatting. Woolrich. Woolrich is no more either. That's a store that used to be here in our area in Woolrich, Pennsylvania, that they made wool. They are no longer in business, so that's a keeper. Was their 175th anniversary, and there's a couple of needle threaders. Well, it looks like a teeny tiny knife set. No, you can't see that. And a couple of needles and things in there. Some pins, straight pins. There is a measuring gauge. There is a crochet hook, very tiny crochet hook. This is 14 crochet hook, teeny tiny. Some buttons, an empty little vial. Those are cute. Another marble. And then there's a bunch of trash. Now we move on to the next shoebox. This is kind of fun, isn't it? Just thought it might be interesting to kind of go through some of these things. There is some elastic. Actually, that went around a king mattress, plush blanket. Some more Velcro. 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 And I will put all the Velcro together. Blue Velcro. Do that later. Some more Velcro. Some more Velcro. There's a small petite seam ripper. Here is some fabric bond. There is some warm window insulated shade system. Some 2mm cord. That I can use for Operation Christmas Child. And go for some bracelets and things. There is some instant seam. That's what that other small thing was. Insta seam. Now I have never seen a bodkin like this. It says it opens like a safety pin. I don't know where it opens, but it's interesting. I have some more bodkins back there, and they're very different bodkins. Super scraper. Everybody needs a super scraper. Another zipper. A ruler. A rotary cutter. One can always use rotary cutter. In fact, there's two. There's the little bitty rotary cutter. There are some more small snaps. Some stitch witchery. Tracing wheel. Another seam ripper. Two shoelaces that are like rulers. Those are cute. Some more sewing needles. I can always use sewing needles. An empty oil container. Fix a zipper. Those are pretty interesting. And then there is this. Says it is a perfect fit button. Sharp end there. And then there are two more gauges, size gauges. Well, that looks like that goes on that end. I have to find that again. Another package of needles. And then a little bit of trash, so let me empty that out. Then change these out. So we move on to the next shoebox. And once we're through with this shoebox, we are done. Then it's up to me to just start organizing and putting things together. Like I said, the Velcro can all go into one, container. This is a tailor marker. I've never seen this kind of tailor marker. I'm assuming it's in there. I'm not going to open that up right now. There are quite a few zippers, which I can use those all. Like I said, a bunch of zippers. Here is another zipper. This is a metal zipper, jacket zipper. Some more Velcro. Some replacement pockets. Just white pockets. There's another thimble and a needle, sewing needle. Another package of the replacement pockets. This is a package of tracing paper. Comes in blue, normally comes in blue, yellow, white. These look pretty worn, but they might still have a little bit of life in them. This paper. A couple of denim patches that can be used. I have no idea what this is, but it's going in the trash. That is two. This is a pattern tracer. Comes with a finger rest. 60 cents. And we have another tracing wheel, 69 cents. Then some more fabric patches, iron-on. And oh my. These look like little button pieces. There's a piece of paper in here. Let me get them out of there. Maybe it'll tell us what it is. Perfect fit button. Apparently, these are for your pants, so that you take this back piece off. You place this where you need your new piece of, where you need your new button for your pants. Stick that through the denim or your pants, then put the end on it, and then you can button your pants. Pretty cool. Never heard of them. Who knew, right? So yeah, that is it for the little bit of a crazy, I guess you could call it sewing haul. Quite a few interesting objects in here. So hope you enjoyed this little run through, seeing what's in these bins and that kind of thing. And now it's up to me to go through and sort these and put the Velcro with the Velcro and all the other stuff with the other stuff. All right, guys, I'll see you again soon. Bye.